Hi, Colleen. How are you?
Hi, Mike. I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I don't know if you remember, but you made one little 6-year-old's day about 3 years ago when we were doing this for Sonic 2 because
Ah,
one of the biggest Tails fans around, and you actually got to talk to him as Tails. So I just wanted to once again thank you for that because
I love it.
now
You're
he's a
welcome.
big 9-year-old who's teaching Sonic lore. When we went to go see Sonic 3, he's teaching me all about
I love it.
Shadow. Yeah, it's funny.
That's
It's come
amazing.
full circle.
Yeah.
So with the release of Sonic 3, just last year, 2024 marked the 10-year anniversary that you have been voicing this character.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Amazing. I can't believe it. First of all, I can't believe it's been 10 years. But yeah, to get to voice a character that long is truly phenomenal. And I feel so lucky. I'm honored that they trust me with him. I really am.
And, at this point, when you've had two movies or two feature films anyways, games, shows, everything kind of under your belt, is there something you want to try with Tails that you haven't been able to in the last decade?
Oh gosh. I want to see more. more. I want to see more gadgets, more team stuff, more, maybe heading up his own mission. I don't know.
Well, we got a limited series for Knuckles.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, a Tails series, that's got to happen eventually, right?
That would be amazing. I would not sneeze at that.
Well, speaking of the kind of change of dynamics that we have when we have Knuckles and we have Shadow, and then not to spoil anything, but if there is, knock on wood, a Sonic 4, which is probably going to happen, looks like we will have another additional character. When the dynamic changes like that and Tails can go from, featured player and somebody who's got a lot of screen time to maybe just a little tech guy in, one little part, or how do you keep the character consistent and, important when dynamics change like that?
Well, I think the script writers keep him important. I think they do such a great job of balancing all of that. They're really, really skilled at that. But for me, I do most of my stuff by myself. And so most of my lines I do, over a couple of sessions, but it's scene to scene. So, there are wonderful writers. There's wonderful director who, really guides you and helps paint the picture for you. Because I'm not there when they do all the live action stuff. And so compartmentalizing it and doing it from scene to scene, because we're not going to just, I'm not going to just have a bunch of lines and just do it. They're gonna give me the whole scene and let me know what's going on. And so we just approach it from, one thing at a time. I think that's how you make sure that whatever scene that he happens to be in, he's as much or as little as is needed to, continue the story along.
When we last spoke, you had said that you were lucky enough that you got to share at least kind of a virtual recording session with Ben, right? Nobody was in person, but you got to see him on screen. You got to see Jeff on screen. Was it the same kind of dynamic for this film?
Unfortunately, no. I did everything by myself for this one. So unfortunately, I think scheduling wise, it just didn't work out. But I did get to go to Paramount a couple of times, so that was fun. But
That's great. Well, I ask because when you have stars like Ben and like Jim, they're probably not sticking to the script all the time. They're lively, they're fresh. I think Jeff has a lot to choose from. So I know you were a part of Social Extraction, your improv group. So I'm curious, did you ever get a chance to kind of use the improv skills? Did Jeff ask you to kind of do a take based on something you had no idea was coming?
yeah, every once in a while, yeah. We usually, you're for sure going to do a couple of takes that are, true to the script. But yeah, he does. He lets you play, which is really, really fun and freeing. I would not want to be an editor to have to comb through all of that and figure out, pick takes and all that. I wouldn't want to do that. But yeah, it's wonderful to have that freedom and to be able to play a little bit and add things to it and to have the trust put on you as an actor to, continue those things and to know the character well enough to do that is pretty cool.
Well, speaking of knowing the character well enough, and we obviously talked about it, it's been a decade
Yeah.
You're one of the, I think you're actually the only voice actor to make the transition from the games to these feature films. So does it ever sink in? Because you definitely do not seem like a proprietary about this character. You don't seem like you have an ego, but at the same time, like you're being recognized for being the voice for this character in the last decade. What does that mean to you?
You know, I feel so lucky. I'm honored. I really am. I feel like I won got the winning lottery ticket, honestly. And I don't feel proprietary because Tails doesn't belong to me. While I feel like he is definitely a part of me now, you know, I didn't create him. I lend him my voice, which is a wonderful thing to be able to do. And I'm honored that they trust me with him, but I didn't create him. I didn't come up with him. He's not mine. As much as I love him, he's not mine. And you can't be that way, especially as a voice actor. You learn that over the years. Like, nothing is set in stone. We're day players, and I love my job, and every day in the booth is a gift, and I absolutely love it. But there's no guarantees. So to be able to do it on this scale and to be included with this group of phenomenal actors and celebrities, and it's, I say to my husband all the time, I'm like, what happened? Is it really happening? It's just, dreams coming true all over the place. It's really magical, really.
If you had the opportunity, though, I mean, much like they joke around about Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine until he's 90, if you could play Tails until you're 75 to 90 years old, would you do it?
Absolutely. Yes, without question. I mean, I will do it as long as my voice holds out and as long as they'll have me, for sure.
Love it. We talked a little bit last time about the family that you grew up in, that your sister was a theater actor for a little bit, turned teacher, your mom loved to sing, also became a teacher as well. I'm curious because I was the one in my family who did the stupid voices and the accents and the impressions. I know it sneaks out all the time. Have you ever tried to sing in Tails' voice before? Because you studied musical theater as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We actually did sing in Sonic Boom. We did Doo-Doo-Toot. Yeah, and it's funny. I used to do, I don't know if you're familiar with abcmouse.com. It's like a children's learning website. And so we would do a lot of songs on that. I actually played the teacher and then a couple other characters, but there was always singing, and we would sing as a group, and anyone that could sing like a little kid, which, sometimes even if you can sing, it doesn't mean you can necessarily sing as that character. And so they would always have me sing mostly as a boy, but often as little kids. And so, yeah, I love to sing as my characters. It's so much fun. I joked with Jeff Fowler. I'm like, let's make the next one a musical.
There you go, right there. So if we get a Tales series, make it a musical. I think that'd be fantastic. Well, Colleen, thank you so much once again for your time. Best of luck with the home release of this film, and fingers crossed for Sonic 4.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hey, Real students, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe to Real School, click that round Real School logo right beside me. Also, click that damn notification bell so you're aware of all of Real School's new content. You can follow me on Twitter, and of course, if you get anything out of Real School, you can always give a little back. Just click the link in the description below or the button down there, and you can become part of my Patreon team.